Well, well. Well, this was impromptu.
Very much.
Is your boy?
Manic you on the inside.
Oh my. Interesting topic today. It's Real Talk Extra. So we don't really do extras as the extras come. But when it happens, it happens.
Yes.
Very impromptu. No ads. Big up yourself. Burn Team family on the inside. It's Real Talk Extra.
Yes.
So when you guys see us on a Saturday, what is going on?
Yes.
Chica, what's going on?
Well, what is going on? We have situations in our country right now. Right now it's COVID. Right now it's people seeking refuge.
So what's the topic for today?
Our topic for today is our immigrant situation in Trinidad and Tobago.
Big up yourself, family. So we want to hear you guys, what do you think about the immigrant situation that we are facing coupled with COVID, We have seen persons immigrate to our country from different nationalities. Mm-hmm. But at this point in time, we realize that the immigration has changed.
Yes.
The amount, the speed. So big up Trevor G on the inside, long time in the see ya. Yeah? And all the peeps who coming in.
Yes.
Yeah, so in the comment section.
So you make sure you like, you share it up.
In the comment section.
Invite people to the live.
Yeah.
And I'm going to drop the number for WhatsApp.
Well, Chica loves the WhatsApp. Yeah?
And you can send your voice note with your views there. So just remember to say you're watching Real Talk Extra. Today extra. So you're watching Real Talk Extra.
So this was very impromptu. Big up yourself. People. Yeah? And the topic for today is
our immigrant situation in Trinidad and Tobago.
So please in the comment section, what are your views on the immigrant situation in our country at present? Chica, what is your vibes?
Well, I believe our country is, a very blessed country where we have persons that really believe that they can actually seek refuge in a land like ours. So, if somebody is leaving somewhere that is unsafe, somewhere that they don't think that they could really live anymore, for whatever reason, and they come into the country that we live in, that means something is really, really, really good. In our country, we have value, we have worth.
Yeah.
So
people really trying to, better themselves is what you're saying. We have legal.
Better themselves, be safe, get away from, because right now we know St. Vincent and the Grenadines, they experienced that volcano and natural disaster. They don't have any homes to live in.
Yeah.
Some of them, they lost everything, right? And they have to leave. They can't stay. There's no water. There's no food. So they need to seek refuge somewhere.
So if you're now joining us, it's Real Talk Extra.
So right now, Trevor G is like the man from where? Trinidad. He say, greeting guys, immigration. Ladies, immigrated, lovely single ladies, I have space for you. So Trevor is saying that he has space for the ladies.
Trevor has space for the ladies.
That's what he's saying there.
Alright, nice vibes. So what is your view, Trevor G, on the whole immigration? We have different nationalities, we have different, Chica, what is your view? Right,
so I truly believe, I like the idea that we are able to have refugees, because if it is we in a situation where it is we need to leave Trinidad and Tobago and go over to another place to seek refuge, I will be thankful to the persons in that country. So
What do you think about the aid Trinidad is lending right now to
I
St.
think the
Kitts?
aid is wonderful because, I mean, people are in need out there. They didn't bring it upon themselves, right? And everybody will be in a time of need at some point in time. So being able to assist without, well, as I said, without looking for anything in return, or whatever is the reason, it is good that people who are in, right, a situation where they need help can be given that assistance, the needed assistance.
So if you're now joining us, it's Real Talk Extra.
Yes.
And the topic at hand right now is
Our immigrant situation in Trinidad and Tobago.
so if you're now joining us, welcome. We do extras kind of sporadically. You know, no one knows, and then, you know, we get both. We didn't tell anybody in advance. But, you know, this was a topic I saw people weighing on Facebook, different vloggers and stuff. And some of our, you know, citizens were upset about the aid we were sending. So we tend to give information on this platform as opposed to misinformation.
Yeah.
We would give some information on how you become a citizen of our country.
Well, how you seek asylum.
How you seek asylum.
Yeah.
And we know that there are people who come here illegally. We are not
Yes.
naive to such things, and they should be dealt with properly. Yeah, so we're not encouraging illegal
not
vibrations, but we know sometimes desperation leads persons to do certain things. And it's a very fine line when it is your person who has to work. I would say, let's say you're a Coast Guard and you know you're doing a patrol and you see, you know, a strange boat, you know, you stop it and you're seeing one set of children that are trying to get into the country illegally because where they're coming from is such a hard place. I don't want to be I wouldn't want to be in that situation to decide what goes on.
Yeah.
And then, you know, we have the illegal ones who really come to make mischief, and you know,
It have those who come to make mischief, and it have those who really come in because they really need to get away from where the situation that they are currently in.
right. So feel free to place in the comment section what are your vibrations, and really and truly, it is sad to see a country like Trinidad that knows about love and unity and the diverse ethnicity that exists here. Big up Kyle and Michelle, man. And we still, you know, as we either say, gain horrors to show a little bit of love.
Love.
So Chica has some information that she would share in the due time and in due course. Yeah?
Yes, so don't forget, send your voice notes.
Kyla, send your voice notes.
What do you think? And and a lot of times, so what I remember when we had a really high influx of Venezuelans coming into the country. Now they were always there. It's not like they weren't there, you know. But then we had a very high influx, and a lot of the women were very upset.
I think the women still upset.
They're coming to take we man, right? But I mean, when you look at the situation, I mean, they had a lot of blackouts.
Yeah,
it was
very terrible.
They couldn't buy food. You know, it was really a tough situation. They had the people on the border trying to get in and take them over. You know, it had so many things going on in Venezuela that it just was not a place conducive to even living a good life. So they decided that, you know what, we need to seek some refuge some way.
So if you're now joining us, it's Real Talk Extra on a Saturday. Or whenever you're looking at this.
Whenever you're looking at
So Chica has her information.
Yes, some, you know, minor things that, you know, we can, you know, learn about, right? Now it has something called the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, right? This is the foundation for refugees around the world, right? And in Trinidad and Tobago, a lot of persons would have heard of the Living Waters community. For short, I'm going to say UNHCR, that is the United Nations High Commissioner for refugees. They would have partnered with Living Waters community,
Right.
for those who are seeking asylum, the refugees, right? And if it is someone who wants to apply for refugee, seeking asylum,
Right.
these persons, if it is they're already in Trinidad and Tobago, now some persons may have come over legally, and we know, of course, some persons would have come over illegally, right?
Yeah.
But if it is you're already in the country, Trinidad and Tobago, you can go to Living Waters community to make that application and state a case, right, on why it is you want to seek asylum, that safety and security in Trinidad and Tobago. Or you can also go to the refugee units of the Immigration Division of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm going to say that over. The refugee units of the Immigration Division of Trinidad and Tobago.
So these are places where...
Yeah, these are the two places that you can go to. So Living Waters Community and the Refugee Unit Division, Immigration Division of Trinidad and Tobago.
So
Right?
people who have been coming to our country, maybe from Jamaica, Venezuela, Grenada, different
Yes.
countries, China,
Wherever they are coming from.
we have Syrians here as well.
Yes.
So, I mean, there are ways in which to do things the right way.
Yeah.
And for Vinci, brothers and sisters, I see our people very much not happy with...
Is that the majority or is that the minority?
Yeah, we just start off good and then Trinidad just turn like milk, Some saying that they treated them better than they treated their own.
Yeah. No, nothing. We are living a happy life. People don't even see that they are happy. They are not saying that they are blessed.
No.
Because imagine now yes, COVID is here.
Yeah.
We do understand that persons, would have lost their jobs. Persons are not even working as they used to before, right? And we understand that, right? It is a pandemic, right? And it still have some sort of support system. But imagine living in a country where everybody it's just everything wiped out.
Yeah.
It have nobody, no neighbor you could go to for food.
True, yeah.
Or you
Very
can't say
different.
going into a next...
To me, it's a different...
It is totally different.
And Trinidad has never yet seen anything like this, and I hope that we do not see anything like this.
Yeah, right? And then it's only when you are put in the position, then you really understand. But let us not wait to be placed in that position. You know they say what? Admitting past year.
I don't know who's the DC, and I'm not encouraging any DC talk. We have a lot of DC and them, man.
There's a saying that what admit here, there is a saying. I wouldn't say DC, right?
Big up Kimberly on the inside. You see this DC and them same way past here, what they meet here. I ain't not in that.
So we want to, hope, pray that we don't end up in a situation where we need to go and seek refuge.
So if you're now joining the live, it's extra, man.
Yes.
And it's about immigration, the immigrants. As Shika said, the ladies was having some problems with the Venezuelans.
I didn't have any problems. If they come, they are getting what it is they need here. They are being safe. They are being secured.
They get what they need.
Yes. Yes. Hi, Miss Shamil.
Hi, Wagwan, Miss Shamil, birthday family, birthday meals on the inside.
Yes.
Yes, check them out on their new location. Moms, make sure and copy and paste your page.
Yes.
In the live so that people could, take in these new cuisines as we're moving forward.
Yeah.
Ms. Shamil, what do you think about the immigration situation? You could weigh in on that, and what do you think, how do you feel about us assisting Vinci in their time of trouble? Yeah?
What do you all think?
And our love goes out to them regardless of the naysayers and the persons who are negative. We want to shed some positivity
Trevor laughing at what I just said, getting what they need. No,
Trevor,
it's serious.
she well know that they get what they need.
Right?
Wow.
So,
Truly, eh?
very, if it is persons that in need of assistance,
Any kind of assistance,
they need a
and Trevor.
safety net.
A safety.
Trinidad and Tobago is really, it's a place people might look at
God.
it like,
Yeah,
but we really, 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 really are a blessed country. I don't even know if people really recognize that. We were actually in the top 4 happiest people around the world.
we always happy even in madness.
Yeah?
Yeah, so moving forward.
Yes, moving forward.
Okay.
So I said, okay, and that is if it is you already in the country, as I just said, you can either go to the Living Waters community or the refugee unit of the Immigration Division of Trinidad and Tobago. Now, if it is you are entering the country and you are on the border or you are in the airport or what they will say, the seaport, right?
Yeah,
You're
man. On the port, on the
Right?
docks.
And you need to seek asylum,
If you come in a boat, hey.
right?
Oh Lord, let me go. Let me get serious. People, though we are allowed to express our views,
Yes.
this platform, we do not. So everybody express your views. If you don't like it, see. If you like it, see. If you have issues, see.
Yes, it is
Right?
true. And plenty of the venues where they are multiplying and replenishing. I must say they are multiplying and replenishing.
What people don't understand, and I think, remember when they allowed persons to come in the country, you have a time frame, but when your child is born here, you automatically will stay here.
Yeah.
Right? So they are making children out of necessity.
Yeah.
Right? They would come and they're making kids here. They know the kids grant them that amnesty for life because the child is now a Trinidadian. Every Venezuelan child born here is not a Venezuelan child anymore. So
Yeah,
people, we
they're
need to
citizens
kind
of
of
Trinidad
snatch.
and Tobago.
We need to snatch
Just
that
how
out.
people is
Yeah.
run to US to make their children
Yeah.
is basically the same thing, right? And the thing about it is some of them they actually get, of course, they get their amnesty. So I was just saying, if it is they are on the borders and they recognize that they are unsafe
Yeah.
to go back to where their country of origin,
They can.
make a verbal or written statement to an immigration officer, right? And their application will be processed. Now they must stay in Trinidad and Tobago.
Mm-hmm.
If it is they leave without stating they intend to leave the country,
Yeah.
then they have abandoned their asylum.
Yeah.
So that means if it doesn't even come back, they're gonna have to reapply.
So people think that this the legalities, as Chica would say, it is easy to tiptoe around it.
Yeah.
Let's say you come in illegally and you are afraid to return, you can now go to
Living Waters community, or you can go to the refugee unit of the Immigration Division of Trinidad and Tobago.
and that is even if you come illegally.
Yeah.
So this is what people don't understand. So instead of us Trinidadians kind of warring against what we've seen, and we have something called old talk. We need to assess the information and we need to have clarification on what is going on.
Yeah.
So let's slow it down. Let's say persons in Venezuela, the country's in a mess, right? They come here illegally, right? So people saying, they're coming, and we kicking brass, right? If they realize they have a fear for their life and their loved one, and they came illegally, they can go to Living Water still, because we protect life.
Yeah.
It is not just, we know we have a vibration, we just send them back, and what they come here for, and we hear in words. But remember, by law, even if they come illegally, they can now ask for amnesty because they are afraid of what is going on in their country. Blessed love,
Absolutely,
Keisha Charles.
Yes. So please be mindful, because imagine, let us say for example, you're right here in Trinidad and Tobago. Something happens, so you need to get away from a situation, you're in danger, and you go, let us say you enter somebody's yard.
Yes.
What will you want them, and the person is right behind you? Will you want them to turn you away and send you right back into danger, or will you want them to accept you into their space?
So people, place in the comment section what you think about the immigration scenario. I know I had a gentleman talk about the jobs, they're willing to work for less than wherever,
Yeah.
and that kind of thing, but we must be mindful that when people are desperate, if the job requires $300 a day, they will work for $150 because they want to eat.
Yeah.
Remember, we here living good
Yes.
for years. We forget how much years we live good for. Like we run into a little problem this point in time,
Yeah.
but we forget how many years we were happy and living good for. And then we focus on the little one time and moment in time where we had issues.
Yeah.
Strange, eh? Yeah. Moving forward, Chica. Yeah. Good there. Moving forward.
Yes. So please note that seeking asylum is free.
Yeah.
You do not need to pay for it.
Yes.
If it is they do ask you, somebody asks you to pay, you will have to make a report to the refugee unit or the UNCHR.
Now,
Right.
listen, people. The immigrants, now we will talk about the Venezuelans because one, they are closest, and two, they are the most desperate because of the situation going on in their country, right? Irregardless, they have good apples and bad apples, we have them here, right? Now, they understand the law that governs our Caribbean waters. Trinidadians, us as a people, we need to understand our maritime laws and the thing that governs our waters and shorelines and coastlines. Once they are able to rest the foot on our soil, they have the right to ask for amnesty. And that is why you see the influx and you're asking, Trinidadians asking questions like, what our government doing about it and what and what? This is our law, people. So instead of a life we come in and bashing immigrants and who getting through, and then we'd see 100,000 people on the live and there'd be, right. Once they are able to put their foot on our shores, the law states that they could now ask for amnesty.
Yes.
Message board.
Right, so we have, why am I not seeing it up here? Right, and so this is my next shorty. Right?
You have shorties?
Yes. So she's saying, I love that we have things in place to help them. Because it had a couple with 3 kids going house to house asking for help in the rain. That broke my heart.
And this is what people don't understand. Right? So it is not a matter of we letting them in the country. So I listen to some of my fellow citizens speak even on social media. We're going on social media and we're speaking, but we're not adhering to the laws that govern our shoreline, coastline in our country, right? So this is the reality. This is our laws, people. So next time you maybe hear somebody in a taxi, maxi, home in your house saying the government letting them come here, and even some of the politicians using the dumbness of our community against us. I want you to listen to me. Whenever you listen to this live, there are politicians. I don't even get into politics, but I want you guys to listen. Because we are not educated about our laws when governing immigration, politicians use our ignorance against us. So you hear certain politicians saying the present government is allowing illegal aliens in our country, and then they go and they do something called a smear campaign, and they campaign against the government because they want the seat of power, right? People, our law states, and this law governs all of us, right? Irregardless if they get on our shores illegally or not, once they are fearful for their life, it is the law that they can ask us to grant them amnesty because their country is falling apart. And we need to get this clear. Irregardless of our indifferences or mentality, our law is what gives them the hope. If our law did not have that clause in it, the moment they are captured on our island, they would be posted back to their country. The reason why you're seeing them on the road, the reason why you're seeing them walking around, they're shopping, they're buying all the food, they're buying doubles, some of them selling doubles, right? In reality, is that our law states, even if persons get to our shores illegally, in fear for their life, they are now allowed to ask the country for help and amnesty.
Yes.
I want us to put it in our brain. And people, the certain politicians using our ignorance against us. They're using our ignorance to drive their agendas.
Yes.
People, big up yourself, Abby from England.
Right, so we see that Keisha is also saying, that's the thing that bothers us as well. People don't study the children that are suffering.
No, study the human beings. All right, listen. Listen. I know we like to use the children as the soft spot. People is the soft spot, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. People is the soft. We're trying to say, so when we say, we'll keep all the children and send back all the adults. Look, listen. The law governs us, but the law clearly states so. People, next time you hear politicians, vloggers, people who who really don't understand what our law states and trying to get you in a whole wild up situation, I want you guys to understand what the law states.
Yeah.
And I will not say it again. Because I hearing people, they got uncle, and we wish him a speedy recovery. You know what I mean? Or prime minister or whoever is the prime minister or president of any country, but our country in particular, right? It is not him letting or her or the government letting illegal aliens come to Trinidad.
Yeah.
They come illegally in fear for their lives or in fear or wanting a better start illegally, and then they are now granted amnesty if they are fearful that their country cannot sustain them and their children.
Yeah.
So we're not saying that it have the bad apples in every country, you have bad apples. But what I'm saying is that do not let persons use ignorance to drive their agenda. Some of us, they're using ignorance to drive their views. Some people, they're using ignorance. They're using the ignorance of the population. So somebody, I'm watching vloggers on Facebook using ignorance to grow their page.
Yeah.
They're using ignorance just for likes.
Yeah.
And you see what people don't understand, the more influence you have, the bigger your page is, the more you can lead people astray.
Yeah.
And you could incite violence and incite hate. You can't be inciting hate and you have 1 million people on your Facebook page, yeah? You want to incite love. So I see people already here now, like they don't catch the sales.
On the inside, we have Nika Thomas on the inside.
Yeah, big up yourself, Nika and Miss Greenwich. The topic at hand right now in the extra.
Our immigrant situation in Trinidad and Tobago.
So as persons coming on, much love, and we're trying to give information. Real information. Right? Because we as a people.
Right, so
yeah.
Mika is saying we even forget some of our family members. They fly to Canada, England, and America for a better life. And the things that they too may even do when they go over there to get to stay.
Listen.
It's a whole, some of them they go there and go through the regular process.
Listen,
they do.
Every person in Trinidad have a family member who is an illegal immigrant in the United States.
Yes.
every family represented in Trinidad and Tobago have some cousin, friend, whoever who is an illegal alien in the United States.
Yes.
But yet you all condemning illegal aliens and all they just go to New York and stay and spoil all their visa.
Exactly.
Right? So let me don't even talk about illegal aliens and all just go to New York and stay and live and then all they say all these
when they deported.
Yeah, right? So people, we giving you all clear-cut information.
Yes. So we have persons agreeing, and then we have Keisha saying, yes, their comments are so mean on social media.
Yeah, and they're growing the
they
page,
don't
and
have
people,
a heart.
yeah, people, persons following these people. And they're using the ignorance of people to lead people astray, right? So the next time you're seeing persons who making these kind of claims and coming on social media and just riling up people and riling up hate and anger, you know, let them know that our law states, even if persons come here illegally, our law states that they could apply for amnesty if they are fearful of their lives and the lives of the children. Now, if you all persons who are against that, you all need to go and have a protest by the Red House. Because people only have mouth on social media, I realize.
Yes.
In the comfort of their house, and they're riling up people, right? But do some action. So all the vloggers who are against this and against that, and we could send them back, and right? Go by the Red House with your placard. Don't just come on social media and bump your gun. Yeah, we see how much belly all you have. Because our law is what governs us. Right? So the law clearly states they could apply for amnesty and call the name of the places they could go to.
So they can go to Living Waters Community or the Refugee Units Division of Trinidad and Tobago.
Big up Jizan on the inside. You see a girl Jizan jump out?
No, I see.
So we have a glad and all the things set. Yeah? So people, please, you know, let us not encourage these vloggers and these people who knows nothing about the law. The Venezuelans know our law, that is why they're coming. People understand that.
Yeah.
If our law said otherwise, they wouldn't risk coming on the boat to get through. Now, if it is, you do that in Russia, you get thrown in a prisoner. They catch you off guard. You get thrown in a prison, right?
Yes.
Our law does not do that. So because they know our law, they know once they get here, they could beg. They could say, home is hell right now, please help us. And that is what they're doing. And you know what we're doing? No problem.
Yes.
If you break the law here, they post you back.
Right back.
So I hear certain people say, get a van and rounds them up and post them back like if it's cattle. Well, I really hope all you serious. Yes?
Yes. So
Percentages?
I just want to, give somebody, this would have been data in 2019, 2 years ago. And there would have been new applications we had Venezuelans, Cubans, Jamaicans, and Syrians.
Okay, big up Dr. Jason Webman.
Right? And the majority of persons seeking asylum would have been Venezuelans, which would have been 8,316 persons, right? With 1,573 applicants being accepted.
Right, so that was the official
right? Now, with this, it would have had applications being processed from before, so the numbers may not correlate. So it just states in the applications, right, and how many were accepted within that year. Okay?
Right, so that is a rough estimate.
Yeah.
Now, what you as citizens on the ground would be seeing is the persons who coming illegally for amnesty. So when the number is said, that is persons who are going through the original paperwork, doing the due diligence, right? What you see in appearing on the road, the streets, in your area, in your community, is persons coming to the shores illegally and now asking and begging our country to give them amnesty. Even if they need to beg on the street, they would do it. They would not interfere with anybody, but please don't send us back. And that is what they're doing. So that is the influx you're seeing.
Yeah.
So persons who come in on social media, and for politicians who preying on the ignorance of our people, and we have vloggers who preying on the ignorance of our people, please let us not be ignorant. Right? no government is allowing illegal aliens just to flood the street and take we man and take we job. No. Our law states if they come here illegally, they could ask us and beg us to take them in via the Amnesty Act. And that is what you are seeing, the increase. Because I hear a man say, boy, I see them in a Rima, I see them so, I see them so.
Yeah.
Them, like if there's no human beings, right? So our law. So if all the people who have issues with that, you could have a peaceful protest.
Yeah.
Because we have the right to protest. And I didn't see a protest in Trinidad and Tobago properly about any law change. Right? So that is something the vloggers should make a rally. Let's see if your 1 million followers coming out by the Red House with you. Moving forward.
Yes, moving forward. Now we know that the refugees, immigrants, they have rights. Okay, so I just want to, state some of the rights for you all, right? And one right, when it is they apply, what they will get is a permit authorizing their stay. Right, so some they may get a permit for a year, some may get a 6 months, and they have to, if it is they are staying, one, they have to make sure that they are gainfully employed and they are contributing to the economy of Trinidad and Tobago. You can't just be staying here and trying to live over Trinidad. You have to be doing something that can contribute.
Some of the men don't mind the woman contributing the home and
contributing. You have to be gainfully,
excuse
as
me?
Gainfully employed.
Some of them well contributed. Up to you.
I didn't say no. What you're talking about is something different.
Good contributions.
Yes.
Real good contributions, boy. Them fellas are there be buying.
Yeah. You cannot be in any illegal activities. That's when they send you back. So once it is you are obeying the law of the land, you have a permit, make sure you go and renew your permit, your visa, your passport, and go through the processes as they send you right back.
Listen, low. Yo. I talk to some guys and the guys and them happy for these very ladies. Now woman is woman, right? So, well, some woman is, and they're happy, because they're saying they're getting better treatment. Well, yeah, you go treat better because they're hungry. But what I say now, they're adding some kind of positivity to some of the guys' life. So, I mean, at the end of the day, some of the guys very much well handled. Yeah, so and some of the guys even went as far as to say, we training woman we don't want to, so.
Yes.
Let the men them live. So, Chica.
Yes, so once they have that permit, they will be able to seek employment.
Right.
They will be also, the healthcare is also accessible to them.
Yes.
So yes, they do get that free healthcare. Certain health, it have some things that they may need to pay for, and it have some things that they wouldn't need to pay for.
Right, so I had some friends in San Fernando General there. They say, oh, what if you see how much of them? They have their permit. You know why I don't understand? Yeah. The people got their if they come in the hospital, that means they got their permit to work, and they have their permit to access healthcare. People listen. I want to listen good. I want to listen good. You know why? You know why? Because we ignorant. And persons coming on social media and they preying on the ignorance of the masses, and they have a whole opera of people going down this road. You know, they say a few does mislead many. That is what's going on, right? If you see that there are persons of different countries, as I say, the Venezuelans as well, nationalities, that are in the healthcare system, and you see them in the hospital and casualty. You know why? Because they have the permit to work and the permit for healthcare. That is why they are allowed that service.
Yes.
Yes? Moving forward.
Yes.
Message board.
So, that's what I can say. Right, so Lion, you have if any, or you already taken, just being nosy.
Abby, you need to behave yourself, right? What I am saying is that, now this is not me, I have no venue, right? I have been seeing Venezuelan since I was in primary school. I ain't now seen Venezuelan, right? I just gonna put it like that. But in reality, some of the guys, man, they're saying it. I mean, I know they're saying we Trini women don't want us anyway. So if this is what it is, why they have a problem? So again, and then it's good because persons coming, leaving the country and coming to another country with nothing, they're really desperate and in need.
So we have Timika saying, when my cousin was on the ward, there were 6 pregnant Venezuelan women, and they were taken by police because they had no permit.
Right? If they had no permit and they were getting healthcare and they were pregnant, what do you think they're trying to do? As I say, our law says once they make a child here, the child is Trinidadian, Trinbagonian. Every Venezuelan who makes a child here, that child is now Trinbagonian. So they try to do the thing quick. Because you know why? They're desperate. Think about this. You as a woman, you leave Trinidad. Trinidad has some problem. Something happened and we had to run. Right? And you end up in a country illegally. Right? And you know the only way for you to stay there is to get pregnant. You getting pregnant. You see, people don't understand because they never was in that situation.
Yeah.
That is why, you know. And we really showing how heartless we is, boy. And we coming on the social media and we gathering with people and we bashing and we... Think about it. Something happened in Trinidad and you have to run to the next country. Illegally, you take your last dollar and you buy the little boat ride. Tell me, if the only thing you had to do was get pregnant, to spare yourself the madness, that is what they're doing. They have no choice. Waiting, they want to be... If thing was happy home, did I take 1 jeans and 1 jersey and jump on a boat and come here?
No.
Come on, people. Comment section.
Yes.
Comment section.
That was a day.
Right, nice. So people, feel free to place in the comment section what is your view? What is your vibe? You know, on the immigration scenario? What is your take? And feel free to place in the comment section.
Yeah.
Your vibration. Yes, the comment section there. Yeah. Comment section, chica. Yeah. So as we
Yes,
proceed
so we
to
have
give you
Timika
what you
saying,
need.
I will do it because being hungry don't feel nice.
Exactly. You will have not a dollar. We will know ways to suffer. Trinidadians, we don't know.
Yeah.
So every little person who come in, we watching them down, we knows like we better. We're not better than anybody. Right?
Exactly.
So for the persons who think that they want to change the law, that is our law. We have an Amnesty Act, and it clearly states even if they come here and they are illegal and they fear for their life and the well-being of the children or themselves, they now can ask our country to give them amnesty. And then they will be put through the scenario.
Yeah, the whole process.
Right? And that's why the pressure that the people put pressure on the government as well concerning that. So think about this. They know if they go to apply for amnesty, there is a waiting list in a detention center, you know.
Yeah.
So they rather take the risk of getting pregnant and not go through that headache, you know, because they will be detained until the paperwork is clear, then to be released into our country. So what it is they're doing is trying to bypass that because they know they're waiting this long. And with COVID, remember people desperate.
Yeah, very desperate. Desperate times.
Desperate measures.
Desperate measures.
Yeah, you know the bread and salt times. Well, you know sometimes when the food low, you had to skip the meal. You had to gas skipping rope and skip it because we don't have. But they're doing more than skipping, yeah?
Yeah. Right, because we know just recently, even during, well, we are still in COVID, but you know, 30 Venezuelans would have died on the boats on their way coming across to Trinidad. Yeah, because it was so desperate. I mean, they didn't go through the normal measures. Imagine going on a boat and not sure how safe. You know how the water is going to be, and you're just trying to seek refuge, find safety through a dangerous journey. You're taking a dangerous journey
Now, what
Right?
people fail to understand,
Coming over.
in that little piece of water, I worked on the coastline already, so in that piece of water, there are people. They would have to come under the cover of darkness. And in that little piece of water, we have pirates in the Caribbean. It's so good cliche, right? We have pirates, we have people who are in human trafficking. We have human trafficking in our country. And what would happen? The sharks, and we call them the sharks. So what the sharks do, right, is that they have somebody in Venezuela who gives them the tip off. All right, 10 boat leaving 12 o'clock in the night this day, right? And what would happen is that they would intercept some of the boats and take the girls hostage. Now, what we're not seeing is that, right? So, people, I really want us to have a little bit of understanding here. Where we seeing they just reach, that's the ones that reach, you know. Titi died in the water. I want you to understand what's going on right now, right? Titi died in the water just recently. 30 Venezuelans died trying to come here just the other day, right? I want you all to understand what's going on. From the amount that got to the shore, our shores, a percentage are stolen and placed into sex trafficking rings. I'll let you know that. And up our Caribbean shores here, we have a lot of, England will call it gentlemen's pubs. I ain't calling the names, right? We have places where these things go on. Prostitution is a real thing. They are not hiding, the prostitution is a real thing. But what it makes the situation now so lucrative for the sharks, right? What makes it lucrative is that now it's for free. You're getting free workers. So on the journey from Venezuela to our waters, it's a dangerous journey. One, those who get here and really get pregnant, they're real lucky, right? Those who get the paperwork, extremely lucky. Those who could work for the little dollar, extremely lucky. Those who have the permit for their healthcare, legal papers, extremely blessed. Because there is a percentage that we don't talk about at all. That the 1%. You see, what people don't understand is that we come on social media and we bash one angle of the situation. Right? But people, every day that you see a Venezuelan, I want you all to understand this. And maybe when you look over the live or somebody watches it or they share it or something, people heart change. Right? For every Venezuelan or group of Venezuelans you see in Trinidad, there is a portion who were taken for sex trafficking. There were a percentage who were used and sold. You see in that water, you see in that little water, real transactions has happened. Okay? Beyond the eyes of the Coast Guard. Right? So listen to what I'm saying. And this is known. This is known. So people, let us, irregardless, when we see a group of Venezuelans walking, think, them is the lucky ones. Because for every percentage that come, there's a percentage that is taken and sold into sex trafficking rings in every island in our Caribbean. I want to get this straight, you know. That commodity is a high commodity. We can smile about certain things. The demand for Venezuelan sex slaves is high, like gold. It's like gold. You don't understand. So we could, Trinidad is only, we could sit down and say, okay, where they come from? Where they come here for? Send them back. Listen. If there's one thing I listen from this life is this. The next time you're going to work, the next time you're going in the grocery, the next time you're living your best life in Trinidad or England or Canada or Tobago, we living our best life now. We have current, we have a little dollar, we buying, we live fast food now and again, we paying, we bills half and half, we living. The next time you go to pay a bill, the next time you're driving your car, and you see a group of Venezuelans walking in the road, don't study your man, don't grab your man hand. If you can't hold your man today, nobody can take him, anybody can take him. So don't blame the venue for your man going. Forget that. But for every group you see, there is a percentage that is sold for human trafficking in the entire Caribbean. Not just Trinidad, the whole Caribbean. So is your boy Lion.
And in country,
All you make sure and share this life, because hey, it's Real Talk Extra. Big up this Mexi team, Abby. All you know, all of the girls, Mexi vibrations.
Kamika line up itself.
Kamika, we had this Mexi vest and all the things set. And people, if there's one thing we want to drive home, maybe it will change your sight,
Yeah.
Because there's so much negativity and bias it have to this particular group of immigrants.
Yes.
Right? We don't see the whole picture. So let me drive it home again. For every group of Venezuelans you see walking in the road, traveling in the maxi, working on the garbage truck, or what I walk. Right?
Many of you don't.
Or what I walk. So don't say they taking walk, you're going on the garbage truck 2 o'clock in the morning. Right? So in reality,
Yes.
every group you see, they are the blessed ones. Every pregnant Veni you see, she real blessed, because there are a large percentage that are snatched from our waters. When they come in transit, they are taken and they are used all the way up our Caribbean, all the islands, as sex slaves and the prostitution rings that still exist in our country and will continue to exist in every country in the entire world, because it is
Well,
allowed.
I'm seeing Ms. Greenwich, her comment is, I fully understand what you are saying. I agree. As a matter of fact, with what you are saying, with our laws, the trials they face, and so on. My issue is their attitude. Sorry to say. They behave entitled, and that is where my problem is.
Like
I can't, everybody
I-
really have different experiences.
I don't know about that. We
Everybody
have given out food stuff on behalf of fields as well to people from Panama and that kind of thing, and I have not seen that. Right?
In the community,
Right.
I have not seen.
And hear
Yeah.
what? Hear what? Hear what I say? They are entitled. You listening to me?
Yes.
Miss Goodridge, you know why they're feeling entitled? Because they are. Nobody unless here. We ain't give nobody nothing. We shouldn't feel that they should walk with their head low and feel, we give them a blight. They are entitled because our laws give them entitled. You know what entitled means? Our laws give them entitlement. That's why they could walk so. Because they know once it is they get the entitlement, they could walk the road and shake their behind. Because we Trinidadian women just walk the road and shake we behind. And when we tell all your morning, all of them say good morning. Them saying hola before they even see you. Right?
Yeah, and the thing about it is, when people complain about their feelings of entitlement,
They're entitled.
right? It's not a feeling of entitlement, because as human, as Lion just stated earlier on, let's not only just say the children for soft spots, but we're thinking about human rights
Human
and
being
human
and human rights.
principles.
Yes, they are.
We are all human, and if it is we go somewhere else, we will be very thankful, because they contribute to. It's not like they just sitting scratching. They are contributing to the economy. They are working.
They're buying all we food.
They're purchasing.
They're buying
they
all
are
the tithes.
part of our society. So they're not just there. So they too are contributing towards our society.
So let me ask you a question. You see, when people get the citizenship in other countries, and they just walk through customs like this, you know why? Because your paper straight. You have entitlement. So I could feel entitled.
Yeah.
If I become a citizen of England and I walk in the airport, I entitled, my chest high, my head high, and not my head mustn't hang low. Don't matter my skin black and everybody else white. And they should walk with their head high because they are entitled. Comment section.
Yeah.
I pro-human and all here. I've not had this thing, Vinci, black, white, green, Chinese. I am pro-human being. And sometimes Trinidadians just show real racism.
Yeah. So let me hear this one.
Well,
so Kamika is saying,
I thought we was going.
It have some immigrant playing music and stuff, and the neighbor said she will write a letter to the prime minister because of it, love. But I say, let people live once they're not on you.
Yeah.
There are people.
How much are you just play music hard in the street? Look that, David.
Yes.
Because you know why we looking down at them. You see the reason why we making these statements is because we looking down at persons.
Yeah. So Shorty have a neighbor complaining. Maybe that neighbor thing, and I'm sure you enjoy the music.
The neighbor will be complaining and like one of them and they get through. Or something so. Yeah, so people, I am pro-human being. So if the person walking the road and the head held high, if you're black, hold your head up. If you're white, hold your head up. If you're Chinese, hold your head up. You can behave how you feel. Behave when titled once you're doing the right thing. I ain't encouraging the slap this and the bacchanal. But as I said, let us pay in mind that every venue you see, a percentage is taken on those waters, never to be seen again.
Yeah. So
it's your boy Lion.
And a girl trick or treat.
This time, all of you late.
You have to go back and watch it.